Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Anton, and welcome back to another Java Discord tutorial. So, yeah, I guess in this video I'm going to show you guys how to kind of like keep your code clean and neat. I know it might be a pointless video, but actually, no, it's not going to be a pointless video because quite often a lot of new beginners, they will kind of like put all their code in just one file, right? And let's say, for example, right, if we look at the documentation, we have all of these methods, right? Imagine if you were creating like a really big Java Discord bot, right? Or a Discord bot using Java, right? Imagine you had to override every single one of these methods. Could you imagine doing that in just one file? That is going to look really, really ugly. So the best way to do it is create different classes, and then I will show you guys how to actually talk with each class together. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is what we're going to do is we're going to create a new class, excuse me, to handle each event. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to want to do is I want to actually register that event using the .add event listener. So we're going to play around with the role create event. So let me show you guys. So we're going to say new role create. So I'm going to instantiate this object. So I actually need to create this class real quick, so I'm going to go and do that. So inside this class, I'm going to extend the listener adapter, and I'm going to have to import this listener adapter class right over here. Okay, so now I'm going to override a method, and the method is called onRoleCreate. So I'm going to do public void onRoleCreate. This takes in a role create event instance. And we're going to have to import that as well. Actually, role create events. Why is that saying can't be resolved to a type? Role create events. This is so weird. I'm getting really weird. I've been getting a lot of really, really weird errors for some reason that shouldn't even be popping up as errors. There we go. I don't know, even when I didn't have override, it still worked, but no, you know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Anyway, so this event object is an instance of the role create event. Okay, so I actually click on this over here. You can see this is a class, and it has methods that we can use. So I think the only two methods that we can use are getRole and getGuild. So let's just say, okay, whenever this event is triggered, we're going to say println event. So remember, it's an instance of the role create event, so we can use the getRole method. And then we're going to say, so now that returns a role, which is an object. And this is an interface, so we can actually call the getName method, and that'll return the name of the string, the name of the role as a string. Why is this giving me so many problems? Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and run this bot, and let's go ahead and see what happens. So let me go ahead and create a role. New role was created. See how that worked? So I created a new role, and that immediately was printed out, right? This was triggered. This event was triggered. So now everything that has to do with roles will be handled inside this class over here, right? Because we are registering this event. Remember, we're extending the listener adapter, and then we're registering it right over here. So if you understand basic Java events, this will make a lot of sense. So I'm basically registering this event to this instance of this JDA instance, and then I'm saying, okay, the event that I want to register is role create. Inside this role create class, I extend the listener adapter, and I'm going to listen to every event inside here. So on the role create event, we're going to handle that over here. So I can actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do role events. So I can actually start to organize everything now. Instead of just having Let me rename this real quick. So instead of just having like, whoops, you know what? Let me role event. Let me name it this. So instead of just having like a class for each event, we can just actually start to organize everything. So like role event manager doesn't just have to be, you know, just creating roles. We can also do other things like public void. We can also manage events, manage the role update events. So on role update, so let's do that real quick. So public void on role update name, and then it'll take in this. So on role update name events. So role update name event. So this event object over here is an instance of this role update name events. So you know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that so that will import all the classes that we need. Actually, did that do it? No, it didn't. Okay, yeah, the packages are a little bit weird, but I figured that if I did the dot asterisk, that would actually import this. But there's actually different sections, so that was an epic fail. So let me just import this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, let's see. So this should actually give us two methods, right? We can get the old name and the new name. So I can say system.out.println event.get old name was changed, or role was changed to event.get new name. Okay, and let's go ahead and just terminate this process and then run it again. Okay, and let's go back here. So let's go over to here. Let's just say, so let's just do this again. So let's say server settings, role, create a new role so that gets triggered. And let's change the name of the role to new user, and let's give it a color. So new role was changed to new user. Okay, let's do one more, or a couple more, I should say. Let's see, on role update color, role delete. Let's do that. So let's do role update color and role delete. So, and you can see why I decided to change the name of this class rather than just role create. Because in my opinion, I find it kind of pointless just to have one class handle just one event. Instead, generalize it into a category, call it role event manager, and then handle all of the events that have to deal with roles in that one class. So on role update color, and this will take role update color event. And then we'll do one more. On role delete. This will take in role delete event, I think. I'm just guessing, like, I'm pretty sure. Nope. So what is it? Role delete events. Role delete events. Yep. It should pop up. Again, I feel like this needs to actually be manually overridden. And I feel like that'd be good practice to actually do it. So you know what? Let me actually override everything, because I figured, because I tend to not do it, but I feel like I should. And the reason why you should is because this will actually manually make sure this is being overridden. Because quite often, whenever you're extending classes, sometimes the method will actually not be overridden, so it may cause bugs. So doing the @override will actually manually override it for you. So it'll 100% override it, is what I'm saying. Okay, so let's see. Let's do system.out.println. Let's just say, so let's print out a message. So let's say the role event.get get role dot get name color was changed to, and let's just say events dot get new color get. I want to get the name of it, but it's going to give us an integer. Event dot get new color raw. And I'll just do one more over here. System println the role get name was deleted. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, and let's go ahead and do some cool stuff. So let's say new role. Let's change the color. The role's color was changed to whatever this number is. So let me actually copy that. And let me actually, oh wait, you know what, let me actually bring up a calculator. Or you know what, let me just do this. So this number that you see over here is actually a hexadecimal number. So if you want to play around with it, just know that, I'm sorry, this number here is a decimal number. So if you want to play around with it, just convert this to hexadecimal. But yeah, this will print out the, because remember, it returns an integer. So it's not going to give you the hex value, okay? So that's just something cool to know. And let's delete this role. The new role was deleted. Let's try new user. The role new user was deleted. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And if you want to, like, you know, so a lot of people are going to ask, well, why are these events useful, right? Well, let's just say, for example, you want to, well, again, you have to be creative, right? One of the things, some things that I personally use these events for are whenever I create a role, I automatically, if I use MongoDB, so I create a role schema, and then I add that role to my database. So my database has a list of roles that are available on my server. So that's one implementation, right? And it's also cool to like look at logs too. So let's say if you have moderators that are constantly, you know, updating roles and deleting it, you can kind of like, you know, put all of these messages in a mod channel, so you can kind of like read later if you're like a server admin. And like I said, there's many different things that you can do with these things. You just have to be creative. But hopefully the examples that I provided kind of like guided you in the right direction. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, whether it's Java or JavaScript, I mean, I kind of do know Python a little bit, and I've been playing around with the Python library. But I'm not sure if I'll do a video on those. But if you get, like I said, if you guys have any suggestions on anything, like even if it's beyond the scope of like Java, like the Discord API, like if you want me to like you know play around with databases with the Java API, the Java Discord API, I can go ahead and try to figure it out. Yeah, just leave your suggestions and I'll take a look at it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.